It was the winter of 2009 when I first heard the story of the faceless guest. My aunt owned an old Victorian house in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, a place already heavy with history and ghost stories. She rented out rooms to tourists, and every so often, someone would leave in the middle of the night without explanation. I didn't pay much attention until I stayed there myself. I'd just graduated college and was visiting for the holidays. My aunt gave me the guest room at the end of the hall, a cozy space with a brass bed, floral wallpaper, and a single rocking chair by the window. It was quiet, warm, and smelled faintly of cedar. That first night, around 2 a.m., I woke to the sound of the rocking chair creaking. Slowly, back and forth. I froze. My aunt didn't have pets, and no one else was staying in the house. When I finally worked up the courage to look, the chair was still. I convinced myself it was an old house settling, the kind of thing you hear in century-old buildings. The next night, it happened again. Only this time, I opened my eyes and saw someone sitting in the chair. At first glance, it looked like a man in an old-fashioned coat. His head was tilted, like he was watching me. My mouth went dry. The moonlight spilled across the chair, and that's when I saw it. His face, or rather the absence of one. No eyes, no mouth, no features at all. Just a pale, smooth surface where his face should have been. I must have blacked out because the next thing I knew, it was morning. I told my aunt about it over breakfast, expecting her to laugh, but she just frowned and stirred her coffee. "You saw him too, didn't you?" she said quietly. My stomach dropped. She explained that over the years, guests had mentioned the same thing. A faceless man who appears in that room, sometimes sitting in the chair, sometimes standing at the foot of the bed. People described waking up unable to move, the air heavy as if the faceless figure was sucking the breath from the room. A few guests packed up and left without even asking for a refund. "Why don't you just stop renting the room?" I asked. Her answer unsettled me more than the sight itself. "Because he always comes back. Even if the room is empty, someone sees him, passing in the hallway, standing at the window. This house is his now." That night, I tried to sleep with the lamp on, but around 3 a.m., the bulb flickered and died, plunging the room into shadow. The creak of the rocking chair started again. It was louder this time, like he was daring me to look. Against every instinct, I did. The faceless man was standing now, right beside the chair, his head tilted back and forth in short, jerky movements, like he was curious about me. My body locked up, paralyzed, but my eyes stayed wide open. He stepped closer, and the air grew so cold I could see my breath. Then he leaned over me. Where his face should have been, the skin rippled faintly, as though something underneath was pressing to get out. My heart thundered so loud I thought it might burst. His hand rose, pale and long-fingered, and hovered inches from my throat. The smell of damp earth filled the room. And then, just as suddenly, he was gone. The chair rocked once, hard, and then stopped. My body snapped free, and I bolted out of the room, not caring that it was the middle of the night. I slept on the couch downstairs with every light blazing. When I left the next morning, my aunt hugged me tight and whispered, "You were lucky. Some people wake up with bruises." I never went back to that house, though I've passed through Gettysburg since, and every time I do, I avoid that street. But sometimes late at night, when I wake suddenly in the dark, I swear I hear the creak of a rocking chair. I don't look, because I know if the faceless guest ever follows me home, I don't want to see him leaning over my bed,